Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are back with this idiot, the false prophet here. Another video he made about me. So we're gonna see this donkey, how he's going to what he's going to say. I'll play the video right now.
God created the creation, and when he finished from his creation, the womb got up.
First of all, it's not called a ram, it's called rah. Rah, meaning the womb.
And Allah said to it, "Stop. What do you want?" And it said, "At this place."
Now, first of all, the Rahim got up does not literally mean it got up. When the Rahim got up, when Allah finished His creation of the Rahim got up, meaning it spoke. Right? It got up. It wants to speak to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. So this was the Rahim of Eve, meaning Hawa, the wife of Adam alayhi salam.
I seek refuge with you from all those who sever the ties of kinship. Allah said, "Would you be pleased that I will keep good relation with the one who will keep good relation with you, and I will sever the relation with the one who will sever the relation with you?" It said, "Yes, O my Lord." Allah said to it, "That is for you." And then Abu Hurairah recited the verse, "Would you then, if you were given the authority, do mischief in the land and sever your ties of kinship?" Then I left a lot of emojis, and this is why. This is the question I asked.
You leave a lot of emojis because you're an idiot. You're laughing at yourself.
I said, "Whose womb was it that was talking, Abdul?" And I have the Ibn Kathir on this too, and it's even worse in the interpretation. LOL, I beat you to the punch, Abdul.
No, you never beat me in anything. Even if you use Ibn Kathir, you gotta check the isnad, the narrations, the transmitters, my idiot friend. You can't just pick up verses, because even Ibn Kathir himself says that I have included in my book what is sahih and what is da'if, and I have left it for the ulama to discuss it. So you have to study the chain of narrators, my idiot friend, to know if this is a correct chain of narrator or not. And even Ibn Kathir himself, he says, I have left even Isra'iliyat, meaning mawdu', fabricated reports from Jews and Christians in my book as well. So you can't win that.
So whose womb is this, Abdul? I thought Eve was the first woman, Abdul. So obviously Adam wasn't the first human, LOL. This talking womb was the first human. And it stood up, so it had legs, and it was talking. So did it have a brain, Abdul?
Look at this idiot. This idiot is so stupid. He doesn't know that his own Bible. Let me show you. Hold on. So back to this idiot in his Bible in Mark chapter 4 verse 38 to 40. Jesus was inside the boat sleeping with his head on a pillow. The followers went and woke him. They said, "Teacher, don't you care about us? We are going to drown." Jesus stood up and gave a command to the wind and the water. He said to the wind and water, "Quiet, be still." This is so funny, because this idiot was clearly saying, this false prophet idiot was clearly saying that did the womb have a brain to talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when Allah commands it? When Allah commands anything, do they have a brain? And here you see that Jesus gave a command to the wind and water. Jesus said to it, "Quiet, be still." So apparently the wind and the water had ears and had a brain to understand Jesus, and they understood him in his human language, and they heard him as well because they have ears. Then the wind stopped and the lake became calm. What an idiot. What an idiot.
This is absolutely stupid. And it's not a metaphor, because he will try to say, "Oh, it's a metaphor." You know how these
yeah. When there's a hadith about the sun prostrating under the throne of Allah, right? The sun doesn't prostrate like men. It doesn't have hands, it doesn't have legs. It prostrates in a way different than the way that we prostrate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it bows in a way different than we bow to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I don't get your point. When the womb gets up, meaning in the hadith, if you check the Arabic version, it says the womb got up, meaning the womb immediately wanted to say something to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or immediately wanted to say something, right? To do something. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, stop, what do you want, right? And then the womb, basically there was a back and forth talk with the womb and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let's continue.
Muslims do. And it's not a metaphor, it's literal, Abdul. I already know that's what you will say. Or you will say, but it doesn't say that, CP. It doesn't say that.
In the Quran, there's a verse that says that on day of resurrection, the hands of people and the legs of people will speak and say, will expose the sins of the people, that whoever did a sin with his hand will expose them on the day of resurrection and be a witness and say, we have exposed you. And this is the thing. On the day of resurrection, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks these things while He's the most knowing of them, but He asks these things to show that He is the truth, to show that these things will testify against the people, and the people will understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the truth, and He knows the truth. So this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will leave witnesses on the day of resurrection to witness against their people, not because Allah doesn't know. He already knows that these people, what these people have done. He knows everything, but He leaves them as a witness to show the people that, look, see, I am the truth. I am the all-knowing. I know the truth, but I'm showing you that your own body is witnessing against you, and your own people are witnessing against you. Let's continue.
Jacob, it doesn't say that. And Allah supposed to be God, then why was He asking His creation if it would be pleased, Abdul, when He is God, supposedly? Read, Abdul, because, well, let me keep reading. Read, Abdul, and then I read the question that the womb, this is the question the womb had asked. It said, this is what Allah asked the womb. It said, would you be pleased that I will keep good relation with the one who will keep good relation with you, and I will sever the relation with the one who will sever the relation with you? So if it said, no, I wouldn't be pleased, then what would Allah say, Abdul?
Then Allah would basically, He is showing right now in this hadith that the womb is, whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the womb will listen to Him. Right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing that His creation obeys Him. His creation obeys Him. And so He is asking it to see, just like, for example, when Allah asked the angels to bow down and prostrate to Adam, all of the angels bowed down and prostrated to Adam except for Iblis. So when Iblis obeyed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala done this and that to it. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing that other creations, other than Iblis and other than whatever He created, all obeys Him. So this creation obeys Him, meaning the womb obeys Him. So Allah is showing us through this hadith, and the Prophet Muhammad is showing us through the hadith, that the womb obeys Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and is pleased in whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased in.
Okay, and I asked him, I said, so if you see, Allah asks the womb a question. He said, would you be pleased that I will keep good relation with the one who will keep good relation with you, and I will sever the relation with the one who will sever the relation with you? So what I asked the Abdul, I said, so if the womb would have told Allah, no, I wouldn't be pleased, then how would Allah follow that up? Do y'all get the point that I'm making?
So Allah is showing clearly that His creation, anything He asks, unless other than humans and the jinn, but anything else that He asks of His creation, are pleased with whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased. And when He said here, and I thought creation is supposed to submit to the will of Allah and not the other way around, Abdul, look at this idiot. The creation clearly submitted to Allah as well. As you can see, the womb clearly submitted to Allah's will and was pleased with whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was pleased.
Then I said, would He have to please His creation? And I thought creation is supposed to submit to the will of Allah and not the other way around, Abdul. And you Muslims always say, if Yahweh knows everything, then why did he ask Adam, where are you?
Okay, so this part here, when Adam hid from Yahweh and Yahweh said, where are you? It proves that Yahweh does not know where Adam was hiding. But if Yahweh was asking a question like this, for example, in Exodus chapter 4 verse 2, then the Lord said to him, meaning Moses, what is that in your hand? A staff, Moses replied. So this one, if God, because here according to you that your God saw what was in the hand of Moses and knows what is in the hand of Moses, because it's already clear in the hand of Moses, right? So God saw it clearly, and he said, what is that in your hand? So God knows what is in his hand, right? Meaning a staff, but he wanted Moses to answer it as staff. But when you say that God was playing hide and seek with Adam when Adam hid from him and God said, where are you? This proves that God does not see where he is and does not know where he is, compared to when God is looking straight at what is in the hand of Moses and asking him, what is that in your hand? This is something different.
How many of you have heard the Muslims say that? They say, how can God in the Bible be all-knowing, but when you read the story in Genesis, he asked Adam, where are you? So now I discovered this hadith where you have this talking womb and Allah is asking the questions. So now the Muslims, they have to throw Allah away.
No.
Because that's what they have been saying to us all of this while. They say, God asked Adam a question, but how is he all-knowing, but yet he is asking questions?
Let me ask you this. Why did your God here in Exodus chapter 32, verse 9 to 14, he wanted to punish the people, right? But then Moses said, don't punish them. So God wanted to please Moses. Wasn't it supposed to be the other way around? Moses pleasing God? Or did God immediately change his mind and say, oh no, this and that, right? You can see here, God says, I have seen these people, the Lord said to Moses, and they are a stiff-necked people, meaning they are stubborn. Now leave me, God is saying to Moses, now leave me alone so that my anger may burn against them and that I may destroy them. Then I will make you into a great nation. But Moses sought the favor of the Lord his God, saying, Lord, he said, why should your anger burn against your people whom you brought out of Egypt with great power and mighty hand? Why should the Egyptians say, it was with evil intent that he brought them out to kill them in the mountains and to wipe them off the face of the earth? Turn from your fierce anger, relent, and do not bring disaster on your people. Remember your servants Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, to whom you swore by your own self, I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, and I will give your descendants all this land I promised them, and it will be their inheritance forever. Then the Lord relented, so he changed his mind and did not bring on his people the disaster he had threatened. So now this brings a question. According to you, false prophet, Moses knew more than your God, okay? He was more merciful than your God, okay? Another thing would be is that Moses here, the Lord wanted to please Moses, not Moses pleasing the Lord. So not the other way around. Wasn't it supposed to be Moses pleasing the Lord? Because according to your Bible, the people have to please God, so God will be pleased with them. If he's not pleased with them, he will destroy them like he destroyed the Amalekites, according to 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 2 to 3. Right? So, let's get
So now, Abdul, you have to throw Allah away.
And the reason I call him Abdul, just a funny way of saying Abdul, because he's also an Abdul. He's Abdul Masih, right? He's the slave of the Antichrist. We can call him that as well. I call him Abdul because he's an Abdul but a loser, right? So this is why I try to make it make it funny. And this is what gets him very, very, very mad. And he starts saying, oh, Abdul and that, right? And when I call him the B word, when I say to him, you beach, he starts to get angry as well. And he also capitalizes letters and becomes angry. And it includes the same word that I've included for him. So watch.
Boom, busted. You see? And I said, and that's supposedly, okay. Then I said, And I thought creation is supposed to submit to the will of Allah. But as you
And as for my proof here, that in chapter 3 of showing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, but he, the people say that, in chapter 3 verse 36, but when she delivered her, meaning the wife of when the mother of Mary delivered her, she said, "My Lord, I have delivered a female, and Allah was most knowing of what she delivered, and the male is not like the female." So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was more, she said to Allah, "Oh Allah, I delivered a female," but Allah is already more knowing than her that she is a female. But she said that to show that, from her own mouth, to come out from her own mouth that she delivered her a female, but Allah was already all knowing of what she delivered. So this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sometimes asks His creation to witness against themselves or to witness from their own mouths. So He will be held account on the day of resurrection when they will be asked about what they have done, right? Or what they have said.
You see, Allah was asking the womb would something please it, something that if He did, would it please the womb, and not the other way around. And you Muslims always say, if Yahweh knows everything, then why did He ask Adam, "Where are you?" And that supposedly is getting us busted.
No, so that's different because Adam was hiding. Adam was not close to Yahweh. If Adam was close to Yahweh and he said, and Yahweh told him, "What are you?" Right? While he's looking at Adam straight, I wouldn't argue against that. But I would argue against a God who says who when someone is hiding from him, he says, "Where are you?" Right? This is different than what we've said before. According to this, again, the stick of Moses, right? The stick of Moses was close, and your God saw the stick of Moses. So I wouldn't argue against that if this is a claim that if your God is seeing the stick of Moses and says, "What is that in your hand?" while your God knows what is in his hand and sees what is in his hand, but wants Moses himself to testify what is in his hand, right? And to show Moses that through this stick, you can turn it into a snake. So it shows that God is more knowing than Moses what his staff could do. But that's different than when Adam hides from God and God says to him, "Where are you?" and your God does not see him, right? This is different. But this is unhidden. Unlike the one in Adam, he's hidden.
That's getting us busted. Then you may as well leave Islam, Abdul. Because if Allah is all-knowing, then why did He ask a question to His creation, Abdul? Read again, fool. Would you be pleased that I will keep good relations?
And we can say again that in chapter 6 of the Quran, verse 130, "O company of jinn and mankind, did there not come to you messengers from among you relating to you my verses and warning you of the meeting of this day of yours? They will say, we bear witness against ourselves." So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that they were doing these things, but He wants them to bear witness against themselves, say it, and the worldly life. So that's the same thing. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing people, He knows more what they have done, but He wants them to bear witness against themselves on the day of resurrection that they have been doing this. While Allah Himself knows that they have been doing this.
Relation with the one who will keep good relation with you, and I will never sever the relation with the one who will sever the relation with you. He asks a question, but He is Allah. So shouldn't He know, like you Muslims tell us? Busted, Abdul. Flat out busted. I told you, Abdul.
No. That's different than your Jesus not knowing the hour. My Allah knows the hour, but your Jesus does not know the hour. This is, it says nobody in your Bible, nobody knows the day, the hour or day, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, meaning Jesus does not know, but only the Father. So it says only the Father. So only the Father knows the hour. You can't play that game. You're basically stupid, and you basically don't know what and he's saying, why Muslims? Why do we call Allah He? I'm gonna ask him the same question as Bible. Why is Yahweh called He, although Yahweh does not have a gender? Guys, this is in the Arabic language. You can call, for example, chairs an object in masculine and feminine. You can say هذا الشيء. هذا الشيء meaning he thing. or that this thing, هذا is used for masculine. So if you're referring to anything as a thing, like this computer, this thing, you can refer to it as a masculine. So meaning هذا, using هذا as a masculine. So this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is called huwa. The masculine and feminine can be referred to objects as well. You don't need to have a gender. But this idiot, because he knows English is different. He doesn't know other languages like Hebrew or Arabic, which they use, and Greek, which they use the masculine and feminine for also things, right? So هذا الشيء, it means when you're referring to anything, right? Anything, it would be supposed to be written with هذا, meaning masculine.
Muslims should have listened to Muhammad. He said, don't write any hadiths on him except the Quran. Now you Muslims are paying the price, having to constantly make up excuses for these stupid hadiths. If I was a Muslim...
No. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was a time when he said, do not write anything except the Quran, because he didn't want his companions to mix the hadith with the Quran. But then afterwards, he permitted the companions to write the Quran. So to show you proof that the Prophet Muhammad did not allow the hadiths to be written at a certain time except the Quran, so to prevent confusion of what is a hadith and what is a Quran. If we look afterwards, the Prophet Muhammad permitted his companions to write down what he said, the speech that he said. So in Sahih al-Bukhari, narrated Abu Hurairah, in the year of the conquest of Mecca, the tribe of Khuza'a killed a man from the tribe of Bani Layth in revenge for a killed person belonging to them in the pre-Islamic period of ignorance. So Allah's Apostle ﷺ got up saying, so now Prophet Muhammad is saying, Allah held back the army having elephants from Mecca, but he let his apostle and the believers overpower the infidels of Mecca. Beware, Mecca is a sanctuary. Verily fighting in Mecca was not permitted for anybody before me, nor will it be permitted for anybody after me. It was permitted for me only for a while, an hour or so of that day. No doubt it is at this moment a sanctuary. Its thorny shrubs should not be uprooted, its trees should not be cut down, and its luqata, meaning missing things or fallen things, should not be picked up except by the one who would look for its owner. And if somebody is killed, his closest relative has a right to choose one of the two things, either the blood money for retaliation by having the killer killed. Then a man from Yemen called Abu Shah stood up and said, write that for me, O Allah's Messenger, meaning get that written for me. So Allah's Messenger said to his companions, write that for Abu Shah, meaning write the speech that I said for Abu Shah. Then so this is proof that the Prophet Muhammad allowed his speech to be written. So I've exposed this idiot, the false prophet, again. He has no idea what he's talking about. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.